Hello, friends. Hello, friends. You are here and so am I. Why did that minimize? Hello. How is everybody today? I'm pretty good. Just doing lecta things. I got a migraine yesterday and I still have a bit of a headache, so I'm having some tea with my breakfast. Hey, Tommy. Wild hair, yeah, it expanded a lot. So I was like, headband, get away from my face. How are you doing? How's everybody? How was everybody's weekend? I know I saw a good amount of you over the weekend anyway. Um, Today's Monday. I have to keep reminding myself that today's Monday because Fred is home, so it feels like it must be Sunday. Because I know it's not Saturday because I'm streaming, and I know it's not Friday because it's morning. Poles of everlastingness. I need to remember these. I need to remember these. You've got some good ones, Boutry. So yeah, we are playing um big cylindrical structures of uh Foreverington, also known as Pillars of Eternity. Why is my mouse flickering? Can you not? I'm just gonna hide it so I can stop seeing it going tick 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 tick. It doesn't do it when I'm in a game though. It's very strange. And it's only when I'm streaming. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I've noticed it the last 3 times I went to stream. My mouse is just like flickering like this. I don't know why. Yesterday's was Shafts of Perpetuity. If you're taking notes, I'm not. I'm not. But that is a good one. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. I spent such a long time in character creation, but it would have been a little bit faster if I didn't go on so many tangents with chat. So I'm totally blaming you guys, but I love hanging out and talking to you guys, so it's like really whatever. Hey, Wormy! How are you today? Um, so I'm really excited to just jump back in. We didn't really get very far in the story. Um, but beep boop phenomena. How's my little work lurker? I'm okay. Yay. Just woke up. Yeah, I feel like I haven't been awake for the last hour and a half. I don't feel like I have, even though I've had half a mug of tea. It's a holiday. Oh yeah, you're not working. I forgot. I totally had just gone through saying to chat like I have to remind myself it's Monday, but it's weird because Fred is here. Well, nice weird, but it's unusual that he's here on a Monday. So I keep having to remind myself. And then my brain was like, okay, we're done with that information. It was an hour and a half. Let's be real. You did not show us your fan art, but feel free to if you'd like to. Hello, how are you doing today? So yeah, Phenomena, enjoy the day off. I'm gonna boot the game now. I have 2 versions of Steam open, I'm not sure why. Oops, no, not Steam VR. Exit. I exited one Steam, let's see if this one still works. Yeah, it still works. I don't know why I had 2 of them running, it was weird. One day we'll see that intro because I will remember that there's an intro and switch the input before I have to press buttons. One day. Alright, let's see this. I see. That must take a decent amount of effort, especially to get the different colors going. I'm impressed with the M. The M looks like it took a lot of very fine control. Me, I always end up smashing the wrong plant, even when I'm just trying to make like little lines. Little lines. I fucking love Stardew. I almost clicked new game. That would have been a disaster. So we just got to this town, and it's full of dead people. Just 5 minutes? Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad. Have you tried doing like pictures in there? I'm sure there are some people like that have done like a Kappa face. A Kappa face. This must be a pretty big game. Because normally games don't take this long to load. Although Tacoma took a little bit to load as well. MLG farmers use... Oh, they use Farm Planner?
Absolutely.
Why did I think I had somebody else? No, I guess it was just me. Is this my endurance in the corner here? I don't know. Right, so here's the tree with all the dead people. Because they were talking about Hollowborn. And Aloth. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggests an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, how dare I play the game that you gave me? What a jerk am I. Hey, Demon. How are ya?
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
The others, 2 folk men and an elven woman, don't look convinced. The woman crosses her arms. She spits at his feet. What's going on? Say nothing. Everyone calm down. Whatever this is about, I'm sure it's an overreaction. Okay, so... You saw my nudes. Wink. I like it, but I can only do it in short bursts. The writing style irks you. Interesting. I'm liking it so far. So we came into this town, right? Whoa, look at me. I'm in it. Looks like I'm in midair because this looks like my shadow. I'm sure that like my toes are still on the ground, but that's a funny coincidence. Anywho, so the dead people are because they were worried about Hollowborn, which I guess they consider a curse and they don't want anyone else to catch it. So Hollowborn are people born with, or babies born without souls, and they kill them. Doing alright, prepping for the possible hurricane? I don't remember where you live. Yeah, I'll come see you before I start. I did! You were busy doing your Xbox person, but I came and I gave you a kiss, and then you showed me the different heads that you got. Just because you forgot that I did this doesn't mean that I didn't do it. Hurricane Irma? Well, yeah, stay safe. Stay safe. Not mine, Bowtrees? Alright, well. Those are probably the better ones anyway. Central Florida? Right. It's okay, baby, I love you anyway. Also, I legit forgot. You made quite an impression. Oh! Oh, it hurts! So brutal! Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, and the governor or mayor or whoever's in charge of this town, his wife was pregnant, and as we were standing there talking to some guy, 3 bells rang, which apparently means that one of the mayoral families... Straight wrecked! Thank you, Joe, for the cheer. I appreciate it. I did. I got so wrecked. But yeah, so it's supposedly somebody in that family died. And we don't know whether it's the kid or, well, the baby or the mom or both. But this is not a very welcoming place. So that's what was going on when we left off last time. So I'm going to say, what's going on? Tangent Selecta. I know. This time just freaking throw Fred to the ground. I don't think I can. Angry townsman. One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused, mocking us even while he shelters in our village. Just goes to show you what these fancy Edir manners are worth. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, and especially not from Edirans.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
The second man thrusts his chin at the elf. He stinks of sour ale.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
That's quite, an accent.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
Barrel-licking tongue. A collective cry of outrage raises from the three locals. The second man snarls. Focused gaze. Yeah, they changed it to make it all like emoji.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Horror and shock paint themselves across the elven man's face in broad, hasty strokes. He frowns and swallows. He plants his feet. Something surly and raw flickers through his eyes. Is this a romance novel? Like, you would totally see this line in a romance novel. Something surly and raw flickers through his eyes.
That's where you're wrong.
The elven woman draws a blade. I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Back down, all of you. This is absurd. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking than out here arguing? Hey, that's a good one. You're not trying to take that from him, are you? I'm staying out of this one. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking? We don't want your charity either, foreigner. They squint at you through red, bleary eyes. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Well, maybe I am. Oh. Oh. Wow. As the last of the attackers falls, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Thanks, babe. You're welcome. Glad I could help. Actually, that was fun. You mean slaughtering them? You're welcome. I mean, I don't like any of these. But I guess I'll go with the kind of snarky response.
That is one way of putting it.
Snarky. What did I ignore? What? Like to don't math? I missed something. I'm really tired. I don't know why. The elven woman draws a blade. It takes a while. The rain makes the colors run. Okay. Bully ass Lecta killing drunk assholes. They attacked me. He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco.
I'm sleepy.
Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
Tell me about yourself. How did you manage to get stuck out here? You'd better have more to say for yourself than that. Alright, just tell me.
I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land.
Twitch, I'm on Twitch. Can you not whisper me my whispers? Thank you.
And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins. Yeah, separated, meaning they're all fucking dead except me.
Gwithan ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. I mean, half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright.
He leans closer.
I'm curious. What exactly did you find there?
A Buick, several hooded figures operating a strange machine, lie and say nothing, or remain silent. I mean, isn't it both of these? A Buick and this? I feel like I want to tell him. I don't know why, but when you slay people together, you kind of you feel a connection. Maybe it's just the bloodlust. I forgot how he said his name already. Aloth. Goggles at you silently, apparently assessing your earnestness. Finally, he gives you a clipped, awkward
You
laugh.
do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments.
Just how did you manage to cross those three drunks? What are you doing in Gilded Vale? I should get going. What'd you do?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. You did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister, or I see. You said this thing. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. Just for a moment he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. He speaks perfectly. Like, I don't understand why he's doing this weird, like, I misspoke kind of a thing. Like, it was quite the eloquent insult. Dad? Dad! Puck Dad! How are you doing?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
He folds his arm and frowns, looking toward the center of town. He cocks his head, looking at you. And you? Like I said, I'm also a settler. I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls. Why not?
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Ooh, so he, like, lured these people here and didn't like what they had to say, probably. Dad's tired? Me too. We can be tired dads together. His eyes flicker as he looks you up and down. He nods at the gnarled tree in the center of town. His darting glance takes in the tumble-down buildings of the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be the best sought elsewhere. Oh, you know what I just realized? I love penis vagina. That timing! Oh my god! Good job, Puck! Oh, goodness. That's brilliant. Oh, boy. Alright, so, you know, Puck wins net for the day, right? Thank you for the water command. So what I had realized, other than that I love penis vagina, is that, packing it in, boys, we're going home. Yup, we're done. Okay, bye everyone, stream's over. That was as funny as today is gonna get for me. We're done. But I realized that when he's talking to me here, he doesn't have that Scottish accent, and when he insulted them, Phenomena's on it, and when he insulted them, he had the Scottish accent, so there's something weird going on, and it may not have actually been him saying the thing. You don't exactly look like a settler, is what I'm going to say.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
A sly grin crosses his lips. I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep.
He wrinkles his nose.
Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
He gives you a guardedly hopeful look. So do I. Let's go then. I prefer to travel light maybe later. No, come
Excellent.
on.
I shall follow you.
You want to help me with a bear? There's a bear that I want to do some stuff with. Oh, holy. Okay. Why does this have a 16? Alright. Well, let's
Yes?
check him out. Yes. Arcane Assault. Unleashes a bolt of magical energy from the grimoire that inflicts raw damage and dazes targets in the area. And he knows Dazzling Lights. Archimir's Dazzling Lights. Overwhelms anyone in the area of effect. Anyone. That says anyone, not just enemies. Gotta go back to studying molecular stuff. Just taking a quick break. Might pop in later. Alright, Bowtree. New bit badge hype! Oh, thank you, Joe! I appreciate it. Bowtree, thank you for hopping in and hanging out for a while. I hope you have a lovely day. Fan of Flames, makes Cone of Fire. Calicoth's Sunless Grasp. Does freeze damage. Minoletta's Minor Missiles. Crush or Corrode. So he does a lot of damage. Yeah, that clip is real good. Hey, Wraith Dagger! How are you? Windows are clouded with haze of accumulated smoke and cooking grease. The Black Hound Inn. I want to look at it. Oh. Alright, apparently we have to go around this way. Just walk over the roots. Ain't that serious? Sorry, Joe. Floorboards are sticky with spills that no one has bothered to clean. Great. Oh, there's Pasha. Orland server. Just want to see who is where. Selena Vertivo and Strom Brightblade. Alright. Oh, there's Tenfirith! I want to go say hi to him. I'm just gonna run into your kitchen, is that cool? Hey! Ah, it's you, my savior. He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It is so good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I've decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets. My dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. Party has gained recipe savory pie. Thank you. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty, which you must say in the manner of Witch Doctor. May it serve you well in your travels. 8 hours from Princess. Hot damn. I need to empty out some stuff.
Greetings.
Greetings. Oh, you're pink now. Recipe sounds like someone's name he's writing a little letter to. My dearest recipe. That's funny. 33 from Duchess. You've been slacking on your lurkin'? Oh, that's okay. Have you been busy? It's good to see ya. Hello, and welcome to the Innkeeper looks up. Oh, it's you! Tenfirith told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. I love that, like, she would definitely recognize me because I'm a godlike. There probably aren't that many of them running around. But I think it's funny to imagine, like, that I'm just a generic human with, like, brown hair. She's like, it's you! And I'm like, how would you know? How would you know? Always good to be here. You tried to lurk over the past couple weeks. I'm sorry, Joe. I went on vacation so I could see my family and read some books and visit friends. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenfirth said he wanted to whip... He wanted to whip Sheblop. Whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughs. So what would you like? Like a room? I'd like some reliable help. Know of anyone looking for work? I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Can I see what you have for sale? Let's learn more. Aha! Wow. Almost 1,200 experience. Do you have any plans to play Tyranny? Yes. I think it's on one of my lists somewhere. Probably my wish list being being the one. Good news, I purchased my TwitchCon plane tickets. Yes! Yay! I still have to get plane tickets, but everything else is already set. I've got a place to stay. We have 2 more spots, so I'm hoping to get 2 more people in. Because it's super, super cheap. But I like it when things are cheaper. So we've got 2 more spots. And so I have lodgings. And I have my actual tickets for the convention. I still need plane tickets, but I'm gonna wait a little while, I suppose. Holy neck crack, Beckman? Yeah. Not to be confused with other kinds of cracks. That's every day my neck does that. I want to take the fam to TwitchCon, but taking 3 people is super dollar signs. Yeah, I know. You have 9 other people staying at the B&B. Where is the B&B close to the convention? Because I didn't find anything that was big enough for all of the people. And it was a lot of, like, air mattresses, which I didn't want anyone to have to sleep on those. They're not really comfortable. Like, if you're crashing for a single night, okay, air mattress, fine. But to stay for, like, 4 or 5 nights, like, that's too much. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces in here, too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Tenfrith's... I was calling him Firth. Oops. Tenfrith's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. Aww. That's the name. See? The Black Hound? It's still sitting upstairs, pining after him, poor old girl. Aw, puppy! Yeah, air mattresses. Oh, it's right across the street. Okay, so I must have looked at those. We're staying at motels. I got a bunch of... I got 4 motel rooms. I'd like to order a hype dance, please. Joe BG, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the court of the hype. Here's a dance from me and the meerkats. Oh, you're gonna buy a whole bunch and return them the day we all leave? So the places that the Airbnbs I was looking at were, they supplied them for you. Interesting. In any case, our motel rooms are fairly cheap. It's like less than $150 for the entire weekend per person. Not bad. In any case, I'm excited to see everybody. TwitchCon gets so busy for me though, because it's like all of my friend groups come together and no one's ever doing the same thing. So I'm just like, okay, well, I have to pick which friends I get to see today. And I don't feel like I have enough time with most people. Place ended up in my hands somehow, she laughs. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Please, sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of good meal today, she sighs, unless you're fond of cold porridge. I could use some reliable help. Oh, well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I'd be happy to send them your way. Let me see what I have to work with. Level 1 adventurer. Oh, just like a random person? Interesting. No, thank you. Retrain character. Okay. I know Puck Dad. Yours is 3 miles? That's really far. I hope the same thing doesn't happen that happened at East, where everyone's like, we're just gonna go back to the B&B because we're tired and we'll never come out again. If I have to bear hug you and drag you around, we're hanging. Alright, man. Goddard, for 5 days, there's a chill day before the con and after. So there's more possibility of seeing friends. We're coming in Thursday, leaving Monday. Wow. Alright, what do I not need? What does he have? He has a scepter. Crush slash. Dagger dagger. It's like I don't even know. I don't even know. What's this? This does a little bit more. This is pierce slash. Maybe I'll give that to him. How many wolf hide? All wolf hide. I need to get stuff out of my stash, or can I? Oh, ha 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 ha! Clever. Might keep that. Da da da. Doo-doo-doo. I haven't. I wonder. You know, I might keep one of the bows, actually. Give me one bow and one thing, because now that I have, now that I have somebody else, I want to kind of... You're a lone wolf at TwitchCon, you're doing me. Good. Spider River! Thank you so much! How are you, darling? Here, please allow me. You've had your parade. Now I shall give you the Royal Salute! Which includes a bow. Thank you so much for being a patron of the hype for 3 months. It's very, very kind. I appreciate it. Too easy? Well, you won't touch it? Oh, did I say something? Did I say something? Alright, I think that's it for right now. I can sell more stuff later. Alright, give me all the monies. Thank you. Task completed. Late for dinner. What else I got? Basically nothing. Yeah, I've hit my mic before. That's why I scoot back a little bit, or I move the mic out of the way. Just so I can make sure, like... Okay, I have a question for people who have played this game before. What is the food for? Oh, I see. They give you different things. Okay, you're gonna be the food pack mule. Or just everything goes in stash. I think that's probably better. Or can they go in quick? Maybe they're... I could not... Wait a minute. Where did that food just go? Oh. I wanted to see all... Okay. Hang on. Hang on. What is this and why can't I have it? Give me. Take it out of here. Question mark? Alright, never mind. I did not see all this shit. Alright. Come along. What's this? Tattered journal. Yeah, we read this. I thought I left it on the ground. Maybe I didn't. Alright. Alright, so this shit can... yeah, it can go in quick slots. Alright. So, let me take all this back out. I'm learning. Gonna do some inventory management. Alright, I thought that it was showing me everything. I totally forgot that we had about 1 million things. Is there like an empty all button? Is there an easier way to do what I'm trying to accomplish here? Used in recipes to make better food, like the recipe you just learned. Okay, cool. I don't know how I would do that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually somehow, maybe. Alrighty. Alright, so a stack of 5 is the most we can do. Let's see his shit. He's got... Scepter. Crush Slash. And this goes Pierce Slash. Fast. Can you switch to this so I can see? Yeah, this one's better. Here, use his rod. 10 to 15, 12 to 17. Okay, so use this primarily, and then what am I using? Rapier or poleaxe / crush. I forget what kinds of damage there are already. I'm doing me. Oh, okay. Got it, got it. Got it. Alright, let me sell... Okay, so the... Okay, this is probably better to use a sword than a rapier, because this gives me slashing and piercing. And it's, higher damage. And this is slashing, crushing. So, crushing... So there's slashing, piercing, crushing... I thought there was another one. I thought there was another one. 14 / out of 21, yeah. 14, 21. I'm trying to decide what I want these people to use. I don't know. So let's... Oh, maybe crafting is... Hey. Duke's Own beef loaf. Savory pie, which I don't have the stuff for. Because I didn't have grain. But this is interesting. Max endurance and 2 might. Cool. The Duke's Own beef loaf. I'm gonna use some stuff. Here, have this. What does this do? Piercing? Okay, why don't I do this? I can't wait to get more than 2 weapon set slots. Because I want to try out, let's see. Fast. This is slow. 10 to 15 pierce. This is 19 to 27 pierce. I'll try it. Okay, so none of these have any stats, though. What's the point of putting a helmet on, then? What is the point? He's got special leather armor, some stripy pants. Look at this fancy ass cloak he's got here. Wow, my headache is not going away. Or maybe it's just that my eyes are tired. Properties overseeing. Alright, I think that's probably the best thing that we're gonna get here. Alright, let's talk to...
Hail,
oops.
traveler.
I'd like to see what you have for sale. Because I want to sell this and 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 this.
Touch the butt. Ooh, we're gonna touch the butt.
Ooh! Thank you. Thank you for to touch the butt. I appreciate that lots. Alright, I don't need 2 daggers. I don't need this either. I also don't need 2 rapiers. Alright. I'm gonna keep the scale. I'm gonna put this here. Kind of cheesy, but whatever. It works. Alright, now that this is a little bit more manageable, I feel better. Who invented mornings? Screw that person in particular. I agree with you. How are you doing, Arno? Other than sleepy tired, just got up like I am. Let me save the game. Because we just did stuff. And I don't want to have to do all that inventory management again. Because I'm still kind of trying stuff out. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach for it. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, badges, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack, one item after the other, careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen, anyone heading out on high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. Whew! They did a very good job of making that super oppressive. Okay, so we can't actually talk to her, but that's interesting. Oh! So this guy, too. Let's see what his deal is, Strom Brightblade. You see a group of men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, and takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up his shot, explaining what he is doing as he does, and lets the arrow fly. It hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. Doing alright, how about you? I'm good. Kinda tired. My eyes are not cooperating with me today, but playing a great game, hanging out with great people. I think I'm gonna be a little bit lazier and schlump a bit. That'd be a funny name, schlump a bit. Anyway. Woo! He smiles, walking toward the boys, talking about proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise comes from the tree line near the practice venue and he stops, scanning the woods. his blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow, lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosening the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boys spin, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost among the trees. There is sudden explosive movement in the undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the clearing. The boys laugh, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with a knocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he loses this last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind its shoulder, piercing its heart and lungs and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds and then slowly return to look at the man, newfound respect in their eyes. He smiles again and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. So, those long stories are made by Kickstarter backers. They have no bearing on the game's progression, and you can't talk to them about anything else, but you may find them interesting. Oh, okay, so that's the Kickstarter stuff. Alright. Good morning, Dr. Schlumpabit. Yeah. Oh, hello. I leveled. Right. Wait, exit. Yes, I want to cancel because I want to see what his...
Yes?
Yes, I want to see his stuff. So he's an elf. Oh. He's got high int and res. He has a ton of lore. Like one thing of mechanics, no survival, no stealth, no athletics. I'm still not sure what I want to put in where. I'm just going to leave it for now. Because I want to see if we can get the rest, or at least a few more allies. Caruser. Sing us a song, Belisa.
Indeed.
I'm here.
Who these people? Deslok, Najatep, Shane Shakes, Mulrian, Sila Amin. Alright. I don't feel like reading every single one of those since it... So I thought it was giving me a hint, like the maybe... You know what? Obviously don't tell me if I'm right or wrong or whatever. But I thought that those were indicating something, like, somewhat important to me, but I guess not. Please leave me be. I'm full to sickness with what I've seen of this place and its people. Rate this game 6.5 out of 10 because there's no boo. You're right or wrong or whatever. Oh, shush you. Aw, poor puppy. This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Pet the puppy. Sorry, girl, I don't think he's coming back. I could use a good dog. Here, girl. The dog's tail thumps happily against the floorboards. Aw, good puppy. Hey, Sudzo. How are ya? Five out of 7, perfect score. You guys love trolling me, don't you? Where's this? I see. So I came past over here. And then I told her, that's not the pistol! Ah ha ha ha. Yeah, pet the puppy. Gotta pet the pup. Poor baby. I wish I could make that puppy happy. That's so sad that her owner just left and never came back. You'd never troll me? Oh, I believe you. I believe you 100%, without a doubt. We love you, therefore we troll you. Yeah, that's what I've been led to believe. Who does... Ronan... Tyronin. Alright. It's hard for me to tell who's what. Like, who is an NPC and who's not. Alright, so there's road. Anything over here? Cows! The cow is covered in flies. Gross. Road east, windmill. Did I see the windmill or did I not come up over here? Come up over here. Something's wrong. I don't feel like trolling Lecta. Because you don't love me. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards comes through that door gets a shot between the eyes. Gods hear me, Swainer. I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back, Trumbull. And we'll have fair prices, or by the flame, we'll have a reckoning. Investigate the feud. I would like to. Oh, you say you're too tired? I think it's because you don't love me. I think it's because you don't love me. I think I need to take a migraine pill. Because normally, it must be a really bad one. Because I've had food and caffeine. I took my iron pill and my B-folate or whatever. Normally, if I have a migraine and I have caffeine, it helps because that helps migraines. But it's not doing it today. Whew. And Elven, it's not really pain. It's just, my eyes are just really fucking tired. Like, my eyes feel very fatigued. Even though I've only been using them for the last, 2 hours. An elven man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him, a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. The miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back if you value her life! Hold on, I'm not here to hurt anyone. Put that down before you hurt yourself. I don't like being threatened. I'm not here to hurt anyone. The miller hesitates, then lowers the club. Wait, I know you. You just came into town, right? Don't tell me Swainer's already got his claws into you. Gods, that's all I need. What was all that ruckus outside? My name is Anariel. I've only just arrived in Gilded Vale. I thought you could use some help. Those people out there seem pretty angry. I don't like being threatened. Who's Swainer? Wait, we gathered who that was. No! No. Yes, I have a Yorgrain. It is. I thought you could use some help. Really? Trumbull sighs relief. Hylea's tits, I could use a friendly face. I take it you heard some part of what that crowd's asking for? Grain, as if I've got it all tucked away somewhere. Swainer's been egging that lot on for days. They've been keeping clear so far, but if things keep on like they are, I don't know how much longer we've got before things get messy. Please, if you're not here on his behalf, maybe you could speak to Swainer. He won't listen to me anymore. Just explain that we're all getting smaller rations now. We're all making sacrifices. I'll see what I can do. The miller all but sags with relief. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it if you can convince him. I kind of want to see what's in there, but I don't want to steal from them. I don't like stealing from people. Hylea's tits. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna swear by something, swear by the titties. Hey, Ragonite, how are you today? Alright, tea is gone. Water, you're up next. Alright. Doran Chamberlain, Rudolfir Necator. McApple. Hello. Welcome. Okay. Kickback starters. Who said that the other day? Kickback starter? Or was that Fred? Man, if they wanted food, all they would have to do is check the barrels outside. Like, for real. But I like titties? Yeah, that's why you swear by them. Because everyone likes them, and you wouldn't want to, do wrong by them. That's why, you know, you need to swear an oath, you swear by titties or something. I want to get another... You're doing good? Good. Are you sure that you clicked follow? Because I didn't get any notification. I'd like to order a hype dance, please. McApple, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the court of the hype, the court of the hype, court of the hype, court of the hype. We are meerkats, and now so are you. What name did I see the other day? It was like Deadly Jazz Hands or something like that. It was great. Somebody had a fantastic username. They didn't follow while I was online. I kind of want to go check the bear. I also, you know what, let me see what's in the journal here. Experienced a vision, hearing sounds with no source, seeing things that aren't there. Seek help. Okay, so I still haven't found help. I've done everything else. Except for this one. Alright, we'll do this. I'd like to order a hype dance, please. Sukola Fat? I'm not sure if that's how you say your name. But anyway, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the court of the hype. I hope that you're very happy that you've joined us, because we're all quite happy. Yeah! Sorry your songs are all really lame today. Can't always have good songs. Clink? Who dis? Are you more Kickstarter Backalies? Zlox Usurper, yeah, for sure. I saw Zlox and I was like, okay, yeah. Vigorous Jazz Hands, Cards Against Humanity, that's a good one. So where the fuck did this dude go? Can I talk to him? Does ale taste funny to you? Is it pee? Did you pee in it? I think maybe he peed in it. Let's talk to this guy again. Welcome to our lovely village. Okay, well, I don't know why he was, We didn't go down. I wanted to go to down. And I need to find the, Swaver, or whatever the fuck his name is. Isildur's heir. The rising sun and 3 dawn stars, a symbol of Eothas. Wretched beasts. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeves soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain.
Hail and well met.
Huh, thought you were some... Never mind. Whoever you are, you've traveled a long way to reach a dark place. This temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best, times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either. I just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? The man points a finger upward. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Eothas, the scattered god, a grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Deerwood, from Rayad Seras even. Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some stubborn ones, the ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Go on, get to the point. Is this really time for a history lesson? Lord Radric allowed them to worship? Lord Radric would clear out the place from time to time, make arrests. It wasn't until the legacy that he started, losing patience. He sent his guards in to put the priests to the sword, bring the place down, burn some of the books, and that was that. He looks away. What's this legacy? The cause of the corpses in that tree, for starters. That's, putting it a mite simply, but yes, indirectly. Oh yeah, this thing. St. Waidwin's legacy, the man that housed the scattered god a time. Lord Radric fought in that one. When they brought the god down, we had us a celebration here in town. We thought things would never be better. Started sometime after that, the disease or whatever it is, children being born without the stuff that makes them truly alive. Just empty shells and their mothers screaming and crying. He lets out a long breath. It destroyed us. Gilded Vale, I mean. The thinking is it's Waidwin having a last laugh. Strikes me as a little petty even for a dead god. He smiles thinly. But Lord Radric believes it. That's all that matters. Go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Radric decided he'd been too lenient on the Eothasians. Sure. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down there, buried under a heap of rock. Oof. After that, Radric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Radric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiving, and the legacy will end. See? He smiles wryly. But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Orton licks his lips. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go out like that, chopped down in their god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Orton breathes out. No small task. There's coin in it for you if you need motivating. Aloth. How do you pronounce his name? Aloth. Kasha's expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I'll find them? I'll take it you aren't supposed to be in here? They're long dead. What does it matter where they're buried? Wait, you want me to bring you some skeletons? I have some questions first. I think he answered everything. Like, do you need medical attention? Like, I want to help him. Iloth? You think? Where do you get why did you get that sound from? Then by the flame I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, tricks, sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out, and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. And he's standing, and he's fine. He's fine. Honey, I'm home. Hey, Mike. How are you? But home's never online. How would I am it?
Quietly now.
Looking for, sconces and shit. Okay. I'll come over here first. Ooh. Okay. Will-o-wisp. Cool.
Word of Bealdon.
Oh. Oh boy. This is already, interesting. I am so hurt right now. Oh, bye! Okay. These things might be too difficult. Does it matter if I'm knocked down if he does this? I guess we'll try it out, eh? Oh, bye. Okay. Well. Well then. I'd like to order a hype dance, please. A bath, a bath, a bath, a bath, a bath. Thank you for the follow. Here's your dance, here's your dance. You ordered it and so I'm giving it to you because you've joined the court of the hype. Thank you. Now I know what I am is. Hey, Unanimous! Demolishing temples is such a waste. Just replace the deity's symbols and boom! New temple of the right faith. You've been better? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm gonna load this one. This Juado Seva.
I'd be glad to.
We'll talk to him again, and I think we're gonna...
Hail and well met.
What's this legacy? We read all of this. Go on. I'll find them. We need more people. Alright. So, anyway. We have the thing. Edens! Hey, welcome back. How are you today? I need to find something that I can actually do. Alright, how about... I want to go... resolve this, but where is this guy? Likely to be in the inn. Okay, cool. I know where that is. The inn's over here! This game is about constant pausing, positioning. Yeah, I'm not being terribly careful. Part of it has to do with that I'm tired. Rationing spells between rests. Recruit adventurers at the inn, if you want. Or find story-based companions. I want to find story-based companions. Who am I looking for where? There he is. I also have not put in my level up points because I want to try and find... You know, I want to try and find, like, a big beefy somebody so that I can sit back and be ranged and not sit in the middle of everything. Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Aloth narrows his eyes. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies? Rowdies? I think rowdies who attacked me. Like people being rowdy. He wrinkles his nose. Smells like it too. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family? I saw you outside of the mill. What was that about? Well, someone fancies themselves a meddler, eh? What's that about? It's about Trumbull thinking he's king of the town on account of he's got the mill to his name. Lecton needs more caffeine. I mean, I had a whole mug. I did, and I tried to talk to him just now, and he just said, welcome to town. And yes, I will figure it out. Eventually. Try not to give me that information unless I ask in the future. It's not a big deal. Just a preference. The dwarf's jowls quiver with rage. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off their crops. That's what it's fucking about. Now shove off. Threatening his family, maybe I could go talk to him. What are you doing in here then? What if I buy you around? Will you talk to me then? Swainer considers it, briefly. He looks to the others. Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats, and might be I'll feel up to trading words. Well, I have alcohol
Good
in
day
my
to you.
stuff. What do you want? About this trouble with the miller. Hair off, rabbit. Don't I have stuff, or do I need it, like, in my inventory?
Hail and well met.
Question mark?
I'm here.
Howdy do.
Hello?
Greetings.
Maybe I could go talk to him for you. Ha! Think you get through to him when we haven't? The man's thick as a peat bog. I hear he got his soul read. Found his kin used to grow sonriad trees? Whatever, for their Edrin lords, up until they figured out their side was losing. Explains why his knees still ache to bend to whatever lord or lady crosses the road. He'll be holed up in his mill for days, that coward. The dwarf eyes you consideringly. But here, if you want to give it a shot, then good luck. We'll owe you one if you manage it. So, did I
Good day
fuck
to
this
you.
up? Like, he won't talk to me.
Absolutely.
Alright, I'm gonna try to talk to the other guy again. Heyo. Godlike paladin? Chanter. How you doing, Carabay? Haven't seen you in a billion years. Don't understand something. Why do you want to wait until you get another companion to level up? Because if they have, like, a high, if they have, like, let's say we pick up a rogue, then, like, I don't need to worry about my mechanics so much. Because they can take care of that, so I can put the points somewhere else. If that makes sense. I'd like to order a hype dance, please. I am your left boob. Or rather, your left bo-ob. I am your left bo-ob. Thank you for the follow. Where's the right one? Where's my right bo-ob? How do I use these bo-obs? Your name is very confusing, but here's a dance to welcome you to the court of the hype. Here's a dance, here's a dance, here's a dance, here's a dance. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Thank you for the follow. The point of progression is very questionable in its design. In this game specifically, you mean? That name is the tits. Oh, you.
Hail, traveler.
I have more questions. Breathes a short laugh. What's to explain? It isn't very complicated. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good green to go around, so there's howling. If you don't want those people in here with tortures, maybe you ought to stop lying to me. Seems like a pretty clean story for a messy situation. Maybe I ought to have a talk. Alright, you know what? Let's do this. Trumbull blinks, taken aback. I'm not... Look, it's no lie. The stores really are low, and with so little grain going around, I had to raise the prices for some people. There are folks in this town that deserve far better than Swainer and his lot. People who have done more for Gilded Vale. Intellect. People like the magistrate? Swainer's people are farmers. They gathered that grain for you. I like both of these options. I can't do anything about that, Trumbull says, his voice quiet. That's just how it works. Maybe things are different elsewhere. Here, Radrock's men, they keep the village safe, so they eat well. Ow, I don't have enough resolve. They did all the work, though. They sure didn't mind losing that grain when it was going into the drinks at the inn. They don't make like kind neighbors when they insult my son, go stumbling drunk through my own crops. You think they're the only ones that need to eat? Now the crops are sick, and the wind's too weak to get the mill turning. Our village's children are born as empty shells. That's not my doing. This place is cursed. And Swainer and the others haven't done a thing to help the rest of us through the lean season. Is your self-righteousness worth losing your family over? I mean, why don't you just offer everybody the same price? Or offer the people who can't afford it the lower prices? And, you know, raise prices for the people who can afford it, whether they'll be happy about it or not. Bo-Ob. See, they're separate. So the left one... So I'm Bo. Okay. Is that what you want me to call you, as Bo? I can do that. You can see what the next level up entails. If you don't like it, you can exit out. Yeah. The Bo-Obs didn't get along and had to be separated. I'd like to order a hype dance, please. Ozaltuna. Or is it Ozaltuna L16? I can't tell with the font. Anyway, welcome to the court of the... I'd like to order a hype dance, please. Emir Khan, also welcome to the court of the hype. I'm gonna do a dance because I want to welcome you both. And I want you to feel very happy. Happy, happy, and hyped. Hype, 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 hype. I'm losing it. Just finished my drawing of a fantasy set and taken from Dark Souls 3. Made a time-lapse video. Backgrounds of this game remind me of Dark Souls in some way. I'm sorry for my English, but it's obvious that I'm not from the US. Your English is quite good. Your English is quite good, and I wouldn't have really noticed if you hadn't said anything. But if you... That's really cool. If you feel like sharing it, feel free to. I'd like to order a hype dance, please. Kayla C, welcome to the court of the hype. I don't know what this dance is, but it's what you get so that you know that we are hyped to have you. Thank ya. I'm just gonna ask what he means. Swainer, the rest, they've always been troublemakers. Loud, drunken fools. That woman with him. Her soul traces back to Drychedon, that wretched brigand, and it shows. We have good people in this town, people still hanging on to what's left of it. They deserve a little more, that's what I'm saying. Is your self-righteousness worth losing your family over? You know, let me talk to him yet. Alright, let's see if we can talk to him one more time. It's not spam. If you want to share something that you spent a long time on and that you're proud of. And besides, you know, I do my my drawing, and I'm sure yours is a lot better than mine. This stream is we're all just a collection of friends. Like, feel free to share and talk about and, you know, show people what you're working on if you want to. And no pressure if you don't want to. It's up to you. Gonna head out, do some work. Alright, Mike, thanks for hanging. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. And, I hope you have a good day. Thomas the hype engine. That's cute.
Greetings.
About this trouble. Alright, he's not impressed. Not impressed, so I'm gonna go back and say, like, hey! Hey! All friends except people who write puns. Yes. People who write puns can fuck off. You hear that, Arno? Kidding. Yeah, and if you're interested in Discord, we have a Discord as well, and you can feel free to put stuff there too, if you would like. I'll click on that in just a second. How do you do? I spoke to him. What did he say? He says you're treating farmers unfairly, raising prices and giving them rotten grain. He snorts. Of course he does. He's been saying nothing else for days now. The man's delusional. If he wants grain, he'll have to pay for it. What's going on here anyway? Where to begin? Claimed I've hidden away. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, can't hand it out for free. Pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Swainer and his lot don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on your way into town, crops blighted, and most of what I'm getting for the farmers? It's gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat. Barely got enough grain. Alright, I'm gonna do this, and then this. Trumbull opens his mouth to protest, but his expression shifts into resignation well before he finally nods and speaks. You're right, he says quietly. I've been trying to plan for the future, but we're in danger here and now. There we go, fine. Tell Swainer and the others that I've reconsidered. Provided he pays the same as everyone else, he's welcome to his fair share. That's how it should be, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately. They're kind of shitty people, but they would be less shitty if he had just been fair with them. And let's hope we can trade for supplies real sooner. We'll all be in a bad way. Alright, report to Swainer. Yes, Wormy. I agree with that. Yeah, I just want everyone to make friends. And, like, I want this to be a place to hang out with your friends. That's all. Hang out, enjoy yourself, make friends, and then I'm happy. What if I told you Trumbull's changed his mind about his grain prices? That was quite the noise. Blong! Chilly-lily-lily-lily. The dwarf looks up, blinking. What, you serious? He exchanges looks with his fellows, who grin hesitantly. The old man's listened to reason? About time. I told them he'd come around, but damn if he didn't take his time about it. He sets a few coppers on the table. Here, buy yourself a drink now that we can afford it. Goes for you two as well. Drinks on me! We did it. When I watch Lecta, I open my notepad and write all the puns into it instead of into the chat. I appreciate you. Oh! I appreciate it. It's pretty great. That's really nice. I like it. Alright, I want to see if we can get this dude by the tree now. Because I want to take on this bear. There's a temple that's got stuff happening. You think she'll say yes? For you, of course. I'm going the wrong way. She's not mad enough to lie with you. Why? Oh, she's mad enough to lie with you. Why not wed you while she's at it?
I'm here.
Yeah, all he says is welcome to our lovely village.
Absolutely.
I think maybe I need to progress something else. Buried secrets. Advise me to get some rest while I wait. Oh, so I think I need to actually rest in the inn. Alright, let's go do that then. I love it when the journal gives you information that you either have overlooked or, like, it just gives you a little hint of, like, hey, you might want to actually rest at the inn if you want to progress this quest. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that. Horrible hog!
Welcome.
It's been a while, how are you? I'd like a room, please. Certainly, you're always welcome. Lasts for 2 rests, +1 perception, +1 mechanics. Lasts for 2 rests, +2 resolve. I don't know. 1 of each. 83 copper, let's go. You've been fine? Good. Ooh, cutscene? Just like a little resting cutscene? Nice little fire? Oh, nice. I'm good. Doing well. Playing a game that I'm really enjoying. Hanging out with nice people. Can't complain. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Find the dwarf woman from the dream. Do you have the DLCs on this? I don't believe I do. Yeah. Oh great, graphic descriptions of corpses. I'm starting my dinner. Perfect dinner descriptions. I hope you're not having fruit salad though. Talking about moldering fruit. Hey, Mr. Harmadon. How's it going? Aha! Oh, there's her circle. Caldara de Beranzi. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like a moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it. Not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Reach out for the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman, and when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog. Her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives you a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this? How are you able to speak to me? I need to understand something that's happened to me. I think I survived a Beowick. Do you know why that would be? I want to know something about you. I would like to ask all of these things. I'm not really, I'm just hungry. Sure. Lunch with Lady Lecter time! Enjoy, Joe. I've never read War and Peace, actually. I want to know something about you. Me?
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Beranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
Oh, she sounds really nice. She breathes a mild sigh, sending a small beetle skittering from inside her cheek. Her arms turn outward stiffly in what might be a curtsy. What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer.
Yeah, Culver's is really good. I could go for some burgers. Actually, I'm making burgers tonight.
Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance, a humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
That's so shitty. What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are.
I mean, she did lie to him, but... like, she was healthy, and he probably wouldn't have believed her if she was like, there's nothing wrong with her. So she either would have been run out of town as a fraud, or ended up in this position anyway. That's what I'm assuming. Oh, Joe, you nasty! Oh, I read it as Carrie's possessive as well. That's funny. I don't think that kind of lordly character would appreciate an answer like, I don't know. Well, it's not even that she didn't know. I think he's just paranoid or something. I think he's just paranoid. Look how many people are hanging in this tree because this dude's fucking paranoid.
But the best of us, the best, inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid.
Aww.
It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Alright. The best hanging granny. She is. She's awesome. I would sit here and talk to her, like, all the time. Because I had the caffeine and most of this glass of water, I have to pee. I was gonna wait for my break, but that's still another 20 minutes. I'm sitting here getting all antsy. So I'm just gonna pee and come back. night, Horrible Hog. Thank you for hanging out. And, enjoy the game when you play it. Alright, other questions. You guys
Of
hear me.
course, dear.
My imaginers, how are you able to speak to me? I think I survived a Beowick. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing.
Caldra praises you with scholarly interest for a moment before resuming her cheerful demeanor.
Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
She clicks her tongue. Hey, that thing! How are you doing? Don't like the idea of reincarnation. Biological tree of humanity is incestuous enough. If we all are each other's and our own grandparents, it's so much worse. Well, reincarnation is different than biology. Yeah, we don't know who that is. I think this is just somebody who studied the same thing as her, and he made advances. So it would be the same thing as saying, like, blah, 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 Einstein, blah, blah, blah. Kind of. After a fashion. Yeah, in reincarnation, it's only the soul, none of the physical properties. You didn't notice the difference in title? Nice. I think I need to understand something that's happened to me. Hey, Neo!
What the fuck are you doing, Lecta?
She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there.
How are you doing, Neo?
You have seen past the shroud. It only
was me
takes an
seeing.
instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
She's so cute.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
And now I remember, and that's why I was seeing ghosty people.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them. Know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder.
What did you mean when all goes well? Me? I'm good. Pylons. Seems like the kind of grandma you want to go see, who always has cookies and the best stories. Yeah, she's really interesting. And she's a really nice lady. She was just trying to help him. You know. Anyway. Poor lady. Caldara de Beranzi. I like her a lot. I'm good. A little tired. My eyes are tired. But I'm enjoying the game, I'm enjoying the company. So, doing pretty good. Stanchion of imperishability, that's pretty good.
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Hey, Kuro. Do you prefer Kuro or Taka? If I'm gonna shorten your name. You probably want to be Hawk, right? Taka. She's enjoying the company even though I'm here. Yes, despite you. Well, we answered all of these. How are you able to speak to me? Yeah, how is she able to speak to me? You'd just see my feet and be like, I gotta just...
Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Caldara moves her tongue around in her mouth as if testing it. She gives you a motherly smile. Okay, bye.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldara closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Anariel was granted Crucible of the Soul. Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. I'm a watcher. Yes, I'm fine. This happens a lot. You'll have to get used to it. I was just thinking, though, like, this dude has just been standing here with it, like, under this gruesome tree with us while I just stare at this corpse lady. Kuro, maybe? Yeah, whichever you prefer. But yes, I do know what it means. Aww. That's sad you get Kuro Baka a lot. Poor guy. Whatever. We've been honest with him so far. His arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Well, that is interesting. He gives you a sly grin. And I expect this has something to do with the hooded figures in the ruins, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare, and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on. Travel to Caed Noir.
17 and a half.
Yeah, yes. Oh, and he leveled. Cool. The smell of pipe smoke and earth at once earthy and sweet winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I know what he's talking about, but what? I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking
The
about?
people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
He has a nice voice. Aloth frowns. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
He looks you up and down and grimaces. What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? Except for the fact that I just stood staring at her for like 10 minutes straight. He does sound a bit like McCree. I wonder if, God, what's his name? Matt Mercer. I wonder if Matt Mercer did the voice. He looks at you a moment. He also sounds a little bit like Pavel from, some BioWare game. I don't remember what game Pavel is in, but I remember my dad and I doing the voice. He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I
Oh,
refilled
shit.
my pipe. You never so much
Twice?
as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Oh, shit. Impossible. I don't drool half as much. What's it to you? I've been out of sorts lately. Do you know what a watcher is? How about we, like, get to know him a little bit first before we're like, by the way, do you know what this is? Matt Mercer does everyone's voice. I think he does Lecta's voice too. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Neverwinter Nights. There we go. Pavel. Matt Mercer. Aloth Eder, male player, sinister voice. Hot damn. Good catch, Arno. Good catch. I do want to ask him, but... Huh, so you're already familiar. Still, you'll have to forgive my curiosity. Round here, we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. Alright, do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks round here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
That's me, I'm 19. Yeah, man. You think you're going to be hanged? What's that supposed to mean? None taken. None taken. Good. They don't mean it personal when they hang folks here. I have to remind myself.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there.
Aw.
My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war? Why was he hanged? What does the town have against you? Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Phila decides he's the living incarnation of Eothas, overthrows Rhaedceras, marches on Deerwood. So, we gave him a dear wooden hello. What's a dear wooden hello?
We blew him up.
He smiles at this, but it's a smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. Who's Eothas? God of rebirth and redemption. Formally, anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. I have other questions. I got time. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Radric sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsch, whoever, whatever, plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang last one of us. Aww. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for the plotting against Radric, then for protecting me. Who's Kolsch? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. What does your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Aww.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the Legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
That is unbelievably shitty. Like, he died in that fight, and they're like, clearly he was on the other side. Dreadlocks of puberty. What does that have to do with the title of the game? And also, hey, needless to say, how have you been?
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
So he does say it Radric, which is how I was saying it, but then the other voice actors say it Radric. Whatever, I'll just say whatever I want. Looks up at the tree, his eyes trailing one of the swaying bodies. Aloth glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? He gives a half smile. Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. I just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Waidwin's legacy started with Waidwin. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Someplace called Caed Nua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
I seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath.
With a hush on your breath, I like that. Oh, I see.
A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
Something kindles in Adir's eyes. Is that how you say that? I need to hear something multiple times for it to stick in my brain. And the vigor of purpose finds its way into his voice.
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right, then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing.
He shrugs.
As long as you're not the one picking the sights.
He glances briefly at the tree. He tilts his head forward and gives you a pointed look. Let's get going. Woohoo! Alright, what's your deal? Hey. Hey, we got a beefy boy. Big beefy boy. Holy, look at that. Look at that HP. And this is health and that's endurance. Whatever. I'm still not entirely certain. Health is long-term damage only regained through rest and certain talents. Endurance represents a character's short-term survivability. Damage Go straight through. Potions and healing magic can restore endurance. Okay. Still not, like, totally solid on what's what, but,
Hey.
oh, cool. Hey. Hey. What are you using? A slashy? War bow. 12, 10, 15. I mean, this is a really nice bow. But, he needs a medium shield heater. Okay. How about, what's this? Slash crush. Alright, let's give you this for right now. And what's in here? Anything? Other than ingredients and some weird, what is this, quest items? Okay, Scolder meat is apparently a quest item. Like to like some big beefy boys. I do, so I can stand behind them. Saints War armor. Unique, medium, gives extra properties. Cool. Alrighty, McGady. Let's go on and try and take this, should we go in the temple or go to see the bear? His mannerisms also remind me of Mal. Yeah, me too. I was thinking that. Picking the Mat crew. Yeah, I did. Oh, I said, don't set out on adventures with strangers, though. Short explanation, lose all endurance in a fight, then get knocked out until end of fight. Lose all health in a fight, then rip. Okay.
Of course.
Let's go for the bear. I need to go on my break, but we're gonna run to the bear first. Yes, thank you for the reminder. Hup, hup. Yeah, the bear, there's a revenge to have, right? That bear killed us, what, 2 or 3 times yesterday? Oh, is that dude gone now? This way? Alright, I'm gonna save before we go in here. 'Cause I don't actually think I'm gonna, like, get this just going out. Heading out, bye friends. Alright, Sutzo, thank you for hanging out. Enjoy. Question for you Americans, what is Labor Day? I'm gonna go on break now. Okay, bye.